Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. As you are logging in, I would love it if you would say hello and maybe even let me know where you're joining me from. I know there seems to be a lot of you from California and many of you from Arizona. So please share where you're logging in from, and I want to say thank you for joining me today. I'll begin, and as you are coming in, if you have any questions with the topic today, please let me know at the end so I can answer any questions you may have. Now, if you're coming in from a different feed, because I know that this live stream is being fed to a lot of the Facebook pages, it's important that you log into the Facebook Elevate Daily page. So that's where I can see and answer all of your questions. All right. So please do so. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. All right, here we go. Welcome to Transformation Tuesday on Elevate Daily. For those of you watching this on the replay, I want to remind you to please like, love, and share this video. My name is Anutsa Bellissimo, and I'm the founder of the Stress and Anger Management Institute. And Elevate Daily is a program through the Stress and Anger Management Institute that's designed to help you create healthier lifestyle goals and more peaceful and loving relationships. So if you or someone you know is struggling to change unhealthy coping skills, then I ask that you pay attention to today's message. And remember to share this with those that can benefit from this message. Today, I'll be sharing suggestions for transformation. So let's post this question. Actually, this little comment here. I'm going to show that for us. There we go. So if you can see that, you'll be clear as to what today's topic is and what we're discussing. So again, welcome to Transformation Tuesday. You know, it seems to be incredibly easy to fall into unhealthy habits and coping skills like poor nutrition, aggressive behavior, abusive communication, or using sex, food, and drugs to numb the pain of poor decision-making skills. But why? In short, I believe most of us have not learned to use healthy coping skills or how to practice change management in our everyday lives. Almost every habit that you have, good or bad, is the result of your small moment-by-moment decisions. Realize that. And to transform unhealthy habits, we must, number one, assess our daily practices and identify those that no longer serve us. And what I mean by that is looking at your daily ritual, your routines, and identifying what it is that you do on an everyday basis, which is probably sabotaging you and no longer serves you. Maybe they've been habits and routines that were passed down, but they don't really serve who you are as a person and what you stand for in the process of change. So remember, however successful or unsuccessful you are is a result of your daily choices. And how healthy or unhealthy you are is also a result of your daily choices. It may seem harsh, but it's true. And your choices create your habits, and your choices have consequences. So transformation and change, in my opinion, are really about creating a powerful mindset and taking responsibility for your life. By learning to develop stress management, communication, and emotional fitness skills that are healthy and productive, you'll create a healthier lifestyle with more peaceful and loving and meaningful relationships. That's why most of us do pretty much everything that we do. For those of you feeling discouraged about change, I want you to know that discouragement is a creation, and you are the creator of it. Anyone who is willing to become the type of person that they want to be and have the life that they desire to have has failed at one point or another. And failure is nothing more than feedback. Again, failure is nothing more than feedback. Failure has nothing to do with your potential. It's not about how many times you fail. It's about how many times you get back up and keep going. So I want you to become, and what I want for you is to become someone who lives by a stronger standard, someone who believes in themselves, someone who honors the daily process of transformation and of healthy habits. That's what Elevate Daily is about. Here's how I suggest you begin your change process. Number one, again, assess your daily habits, assess your daily practices, and identify those that no longer serve you. Do you get that? Make a list of the habits and the routines and the rituals that you've created that no longer serve you. And the next piece I want you to identify or associate your new desired behavior with something that you already do. So for example, I am now in the habit of saying grace every time that I eat. I didn't grow up with this habit, but I attached it to a habit that I already had in place, like eating, right? So to take it a step further for you, learning to use visual aids can be a powerful instrument in the change process. So I discuss the importance of using visual aids and teach you the significance really of using visual aids in my change management course. And some of the other examples I want to give you today are, okay, number one, when you're driving, this could be a trigger for an opportunity to regulate your nervous system. So many of you have been on here before and you've heard me say that when I drive, I like to use my watch. It has a little app on there that gives me the opportunity to regulate my breathing, and which therefore gives me the opportunity to regulate my nervous system and that sympathetic nervous system, which helps bring down that level of chronic stress that I may experience throughout the day of having a hectic schedule. So that's one thing. You can do that. So encode that with your already active habits, okay? So driving could trigger the opportunity to regulate your nervous system from this day on, okay? And what are the benefits of being calm and centered while you're driving? Oh, there's so many. Number two, sitting down to eat could trigger saying grace or just being grateful. Thinking of one thing that you're grateful for. That is how you can encode and begin the change process, is by attaching the new habits that you want to connect with the things that you already do. So this week, I want you to start writing down some of the things that you want to begin doing and the goals that you are looking forward to accomplishing. Make sure that they're in alignment with your core values, or they won't stick. And if you want to learn more about that, of course, join me on one of those days and I'll discuss that as we continue. But what you can do, here's another piece. For example, if you want to, let's say exercise is important to you and you want to improve your health, what you can do is if you're watching television, every television commercial can now be a trigger for a tricep dip or a donkey kick. right? So these are great little things, and this is a perfect way to implement change and create structured habits and reinforcement with the things that you already have in place. So if you have a favorite TV show that you enjoy watching, don't stop watching it. Just implement something that's going to be proactive to your health. So every TV commercial can now be an opportunity to trigger a tricep dip or a donkey kick. One of the two. You choose whatever you want. But do you see how I'm teaching you to connect and make transformation by putting together the behaviors that you want to have in your life with the behaviors that you already have active and have created as a ritual and a habit in your everyday life? This is one of the easiest ways to begin the transformation process. Now, number 3, I'd like to add, actually, and I'll just recap really quickly once I'm done with 3. Number 3 is surround yourself with people who inspire you to be the best version of yourself. If you find that you're surrounded by people that are flaky and are not accountable and are always apologizing and are always defensive, and these are unproductive coping skills and they're unwilling to change, and you've given them opportunities to grow and develop themselves with you, well, then you want to reassess those relationships and make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people who inspire you to be the best version of yourself. So I'm just going to recap this really quickly. Number 1, okay? So these are the suggestions for transformation, the change process. Number 1 is assess your daily practices and make sure that you are identifying with those that serve you and remove those that no longer serve you. So write your pros and cons. Write it down on a list. Number 2, associate your new desires and behaviors with something that you already do. For example, the television watching with the exercise, the grace with the sit down to eat, the driving with the regulation of your nervous system. Do you see how I'm helping you connect those? All right. And number 3, surround yourself with people who inspire you to be the best version of yourself. Now, here's the key component, the key piece. Remember, what you do repeatedly ultimately defines the person you become. I'm going to repeat that again. What you do repeatedly ultimately defines the person that you become. So yesterday was Mindfulness Monday, and every Monday I share mindfulness steps and tools that can help you regulate your nervous system and minimize the effects of chronic stress in your life. Tomorrow will be, guess what? Any clue? Yeah, tomorrow's Wellness Wednesday. So I'll be discussing stress management strategies and techniques. So now that I've shared that with you, I want to make sure that I answer any questions you have. That's right, Robert. Thank you. Failure is a lesson learned on the pathway to success. I would love to share that, Robert. Are you okay if I share that? I'm going to share that. This is what Robert says. Robert says, failure is a lesson learned on the pathway to success. I agree. Failure does not emphasize your possibilities for growth. It doesn't say and define who you are. There's simply ways and feedback, ways of you understanding what works for you and what doesn't. Let's see, are there any other comments or questions that you'd like to share? And thank you for sharing that, Robert. That is excellent. Thank you. So again, if you're joining on the Elevate Daily page, I will be able to see your posts and comments. And let's see if there's any of you that have any questions here that I might catch. Anything, I will turn down my volume so I don't scare you guys. Nope, I don't see anything else. Well, with that being said, I want to thank you for joining me today. I try to keep these brief, so I don't take up too much of your time. It is very valuable. Please use your time wisely. And I ask that you join me tomorrow for Wellness Wednesday as we review strategies and techniques for stress management. So until then, please like, love, and share this video. And I appreciate you being here today. And I'll see you again. Have a great evening, everyone.